So far we learned what are linear equations. Now today we need to know how can we solve an equation. So there are various methods to solve an equation. Solving an equation means to find the values of the variable. So today we are going to study the trial and error method. How to solve an equation by this method. Now, what happens in this? We need to substitute different values in place of the variable and check the equality of left hand side and our right hand side. That means the value we need to find, we need to solve an equation. Basically, we are actually finding the solution of an equation. And this hit and trial method, sorry, in this trial and error method, we substitute different values in place of the variable, and instead of variable we are replacing the variable with different values. Suppose at first instance we will try the value for variable as 1, we'll try the value of variable as 2, so we'll try different values in place of variable and then check whether the left hand side is equal to right hand side or not. If after placing a different value of the variable, after placing a value in place of the variable, if left hand side and right hand side would be equal, that means that value of the variable has satisfied the equation, and that value of variable for which your left hand side is equal to right hand side, that is called the solution of an equation, or you can say the root of the equation. So what is the solution of an equation, or what is the root of the equation? That value of the variable for which left hand side is equal to right hand side, that value is known as the solution or root of the equation. So when you use different values, when you substitute different values in place of variable, then you have to check the equality of left hand side and right hand side. If the equality holds, then that value satisfies the equation and that value is the root of the equation or solution of the equation. But if the equality doesn't hold, then you have to substitute another value in place of variable. So let's understand this with the help of an example. We're having an equation here, 2x plus 5 equals to 13. This 2x plus 5 is the left hand side of the equation and 13 is the right hand side. Now let's substitute values in place of variable. So let's suppose we are substituting 1 in place of x. We are putting the value of x as 1 in left hand side. So we are taking left hand side. So we are writing 2 as it is. In place of x we are writing here 1. Then plus 5 equals to, see, 2 1 are 2 plus 5, that gives 7. We are having 7 here, but our right hand side is 13. So 7 is not equal to 13. That means left hand side is not equal to right hand side. Equality is not holding. So this 1 is not the solution. So let's substitute another value. Say we are substituting x equals to 2. So again, in left hand side, 2 as its, in place of x we are writing here 2. Now another value plus 5. 2 into 2 plus 5, that gives you 9. It means again 9 is not equal to the right hand side. That means 9 is not equal to 13. Again left hand side is not equal to right hand side. So it means 2 is not the value of the equation. 2 is not the solution of the equation. Now let's substitute x equals to 3 in left hand side. Okay, 2 into 3, because we are having variable in left hand side. Okay, 2 into 3 plus 5, that gives you 11. Again, this is not equal to right hand side. So let's substitute another value, x equals to 4. 2 into 4 plus 5, it gives you 13. And your right hand side is also 13. That means left hand side is equal to right hand side. So at this value, x equals to 4, equality holds here. That means this value satisfies the equation. So this value is known as the root or the solution of equation. So x equals to 4 is the root or the solution of the equation, solution of this equation. Let's try another example. Suppose you are having an equation 2x equals to 6. Our left hand side is 2x and right hand side is x. So let's take left hand side and substitute values of x. Let's substitute x equals to 1 in this left hand side, okay, because we are having variable in left hand side. So 2 as that is, because there is a multiplication in between of between these two. Okay, so multiplication, then instead of x we are writing 1. 2 1 are 2. That means again 2 is not equal to right hand side, that is 2 is not equal to 6 because our right hand side is 6. So let's suppose substitute another value, x equals to 2. 2 into 2, that is 4. See, 4 is not equal to 6. That means left hand side again is not equal to right hand side. Substituting another value, x equals to 3. So 2 as it is, and for x you are writing 3. 2 into 3 is 6. Now see, what is your right hand side? 6. That means here left hand side is equal to right hand side. So when your equality is holding, that means the value is satisfying the equation. So x equal to 3 is satisfying this equation. So x equals to 3 is the solution of this equation. And this is how you can find the solution of an equation by trial and error method. Okay. Now let's learn how can we translate statements into linear equation. Basically, we need to solve our real life problems, and for that we need to convert our problems into mathematical forms, and we have to learn how can we represent a problem as a linear equation. Then we can solve that linear equation further. Okay, so the first step we need to do to translate a statement into linear equation is you have to note the facts from the problem. That means first of all you have to understand the problem, you have to note down the facts which are given on the problem, which are present in the problem. Then step number 2 is the denote the unknown quantity by a variable. Now after noting down the facts of the problem, then you have to find the unknown quantity. And when you get the unknown quantity, unknown number, unknown value, you have to denote that unknown quantity by a variable, because variable is an unknown value, right? So you have to denote that unknown quantity by a variable. So you can suppose any variable there, x, y, z, a, b, c, any variable you can denote that unknown quantity with. Then step number 3 is establish a relationship between the known quantities and the unknown quantity. Now next step should be that now you are having a known quantity and you are having an unknown quantity which you had denoted by a variable. Now make a relationship between that variable and a known quantity. Try to establish a relationship between the unknown quantity, between the variable and the known quantity, and then use that relationship to form an equation. This is the last step, that after establishing a relation between unknown quantity, variable and a known quantity, then try to use that relation, try to make that relation in the form of an establish a relation in the form of an equation. Now let's understand this with the help of your problem. You are having a problem here, that is a balloon seller sells each balloon at a profit of rupees 2. That means we are having a balloon seller and he's selling balloons, and every balloon he's selling each balloon at the profit of rupees 2. It means you don't know the selling price of the balloon, but you know whenever he's selling his balloon, he's gaining the profit of rupees 2 and earns total profit of rupees 50. And then he has earned the profit of rupees 50. So basically you don't know the actual selling price of the balloons, and you don't know the number of balloons this balloon seller has sold, but yes, you know the profit at each balloon and you know the total profit also. So let's say let's try to establish a relation. We know the facts, we know the known quantities here, that is a profit of rupees 2 on each balloon and a total profit of on every profit on all balloons is rupees 50. Now we need to find an we need to denote now an unknown quantity by a variable. So here the unknown quantity is the number of balloons, because we don't know the number of balloons the balloon seller has sold, right? So let us suppose the number of balloons the balloon seller sells be x. So we are denoting an unknown quantity by a variable. Okay, now balloon seller sells how many balloons? X balloons. Now see the profit on each balloon is rupees 2. So the profit on one balloon is rupees 2. But how many balloons he has? X balloons. So we will find the profit on X balloons. So that if profit on one balloon is rupees 2, then the profit on X balloons will be 2 into this X. So that is 2X. So he has earned a profit of 2X on selling X balloons. So it means on selling all the balloons, he has gained a profit of 2x. But the question has already given us the total profit, that is rupees 50. So on selling all the balloons, he has gained rupees 50. Here also on selling all the balloons, he has gained rupees 2x. This is an unknown quantity and this is a known quantity. Now what we will do? We will try to establish a relation here. We'll try to equate them because this is also the profit on all balloons and this is also the profit on all balloons. So definitely this 2 times x should be equal to 50. So C 2x equals to 50 has formed a linear equation, right? So this is the linear equation for the given situation. This is how we can translate a statement into a linear equation. Let's have another problem. Ankita has 5 balls more than Ayush. Now see, here there are two persons, Ankita and Ayush, and Ankita has 5 balloons more than Ayush. So we don't know how many balloons Ayush has, right? So the number of number of balls Ayush has, let it be X. So let the number of balls Ayush has be X. Now see, how many balls Ankita has more than Ayush? 5 balls. So if Ayush has X balls, Ankita will have X plus 5 balls, right? Because Ankita is having 5 balls more. And they together have 25 balls. So together, it means after combining these two, you are having how many balloons together? 25 balloons, right? So it means this number of balloon and this number of balloons, you have to combine them, you have to add them. So X plus this X plus 5. This is the total number of balls. Total number of balls. And how many together they are having balls? 25 balls. So it means this equals to 25. Again, you formed a linear equation for the given situation. So it's very easy to find a linear equation, to make a linear equation for the given statement. Just we have to note down the fixed, then denote the unknown quantity by a variable, and then establish a relationship between a known quantity and unknown quantity and make an equation. Clear?